Hey everybody, Neil here from Post to Post. Thanks for joining me for this one. Jersey concepts. That's what we're doing today. It's Friday. We're starting the weekend right. And this specific video is a kickoff to a little bit of a mini series because the designer for this video and the next two, his name is Shane, and they have provided 3 full sets of NHL jerseys, home, away, and alternate. So that's 96 jerseys total, and we're going to start off with the home. So let's kick it off. Let's jump in. Let's see what Shane has for us. He is deemed the series, just let me get this correct, Fanatics Future. So this is maybe a prediction of what's to come. I don't know. I've not seen these. But there is an info page before the first one, which is going to be Anaheim based on alphabetical order. So let's bring up the info page and let me see what that says, if it says anything. Okay, it does say something. Okay, here we go. In this jersey design series, I will be creating conceptual ideal jerseys for every NHL team. The goal is to capture the essence of each franchise through modern aesthetics while honoring their history and identity. Okay. Whether it's revitalizing classic elements, experimenting with new ideas, or fine-tuning existing designs, each concept aims to represent the perfect balance between tradition and innovation for every team. Taking a look at what the future with Fanatics may behold. I like it. All right, let's see what you have, Shane, and let's start off. It's gonna be Anaheim first. Okay, so a bit of a throwback, a little bit of what we have now. I like the striping. The striping, it has. Sometimes we talk about jerseys having a little bit of personality, and sometimes that's an element that's in the logo that's elsewhere on the jersey or something, or it feels like the jersey's moving. Here's a really good example of that. The way that the striping is done, the thickness is not the same on the left as it is the right. It expands from one side to the next. So you get this impression of movement with the jersey just based on the line thickness of the stripe. So you can see as we're looking at it from right to left, it's almost like wind is blowing or something. When you're playing a sport that is fast, like hockey, one of the fastest sports out there, not including racing, I guess, but it's that type of element in the jersey, or that type of environment or movement being represented in the jersey is that's actually applicable to the sport. Hockey's very fast, so I like that bit of tweak to the striping. It's not just super angular. It does have a bit of spice to it. And the color wise, I like the orange as the primary. I like the black at the bottom, a little bit of orange on the bottom as well, just a pinstripe, just a tie in the top. I don't like that bronzy kind of brownish copper. I don't know what you call that color. I just not a fan of that. I never have been. So I would probably swap that for maybe the green or something, but personal preference. Moving on to the Boston Bruins. I think this is probably a pretty, if we're thinking about the future of Fanatics and what Boston could do, well, they just came out with their new design, and I think this is actually pretty similar to that. That jersey's so new that it's not ingrained in my mind yet, so I don't remember the intricacies of the striping and stuff, but I'm pretty sure that this is close. So thinking about Fanatics' future, this is probably spot on. Buffalo Sabres. Okay, so the logo, but it's been tweaked a little bit. I think there's like the stroke thickness is much thicker around the outside. Actually, is the logo on the jersey, does it have a yellow stroke to it? Okay, yeah, I guess it does. I guess it does look as thick. Obviously, the sabers, the swords, whatever, come out or expanded. But I have too much. For whatever reason, I just felt like it was that yellow was a little bit more thick. But I guess it's just the sabers giving that impression. So the buffalo got smaller. The sabers got bigger. I think that's okay. I'm fine with that. It's a little bit more modern. The striping, I have the other jersey right in front of me, so I can literally reference it now. The neck has changed. We got some yellow up here, which isn't on their actual jersey. So that does provide some nice balance. So I do like that change. Okay, let me close my browser here and get back. Okay, here we go. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, the Carolina Hurricanes. Well, we just spoke about the Carolina Hurricanes and their decision for their away jersey. And it's still a brand in chaos. They don't know what they want. And, I mean, maybe that is the plan. I said that in that previous video. I still don't know. Maybe this is their actual plan, is just to kind of release random jerseys every year and just throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. And if nothing sticks, I just keep doing it. Maybe that is literally their strategy. I don't know. But if they did want to have a traditional strategy and have a consistent home and away that matched each other, this is probably a pretty good option. It's very close to what they've used in the past. It does have that bit of metal kind of fleck texture in their material with the gray, so I like that. The warning pattern down below looks pretty good. So yeah, this is good. Next, the Columbus Blue Jackets. Okay, a little bit spicy here. We got the chevrons, or whatever you want to call them, on the arm. I do like that near the elbow. That's fine. That would probably be a actually, I don't know. Would that be traditional striping like material, or do you think that would be sublimation on the outside? It might be material, but then I don't. This seam runs down here, so I don't know. I don't know. I have to think about that one. The best option to physically produce that. Uh, I am against sublimation when it comes to this, so hopefully they wouldn't go that direction. And I know this is all hypothetical, but these are the things that I think about. Okay, and the stars down below are pretty good. I like those. Those look nice. This is a pretty nice jersey. All right, moving on. Okay, the Calgary Flames. The glaring difference that I see right away is the inside of the collar or the neck. So I think Shane's probably intention here is that, hey, what Calgary has now is pretty good, and they're probably not going to change it anytime soon. And he just added a little nice element inside the jersey. I think everything else is pretty much the same. So yeah, this is good. I mean, I like their brand, so it works for me. Okay, Chicago. I've seen concepts like this in the past. Maybe not necessarily that logo or piece of a logo mixed with the striping in the background. Maybe not that, but I've seen striping like that, and I've seen a logo variation like that on the front of a jersey. It's the logo for me. It looks like a bunch of ties. Like they're falling off this area where a tie usually is just further up. So to me, that's very conflicting. I don't like that. I'd way prefer if it was at an angle or something. Right now, it just looks like a collection of ties hanging in a dresser or something. So jersey itself, color-wise, it's great. Striping is good. Just not a fan of the logo. Next, the Colorado Avalanche. Pretty similar jersey other than the bottom elements, which really, I guess, exaggerate the shape down below to let you know, hey, that is a mountain. That's a mountaintop. So you get some shading in there. So I'm fine with that. Yeah. Next up, the Dallas Stars. Okay, so we're going with the Star jersey here in Shane's vision. And it's a darker green, I think, than we're used to. It's a little bit more of the classic green versus their victory green, I guess now. Maybe it's my monitor, I'm not sure, but it does look quite dark. I would obviously support this. If you know me, then you know that I love the Star jersey, so I'm on board for this, Shane. Next, the Detroit Red Wings. Okay. So the striping has changed, obviously, top and arm, or sorry, bottom and arms, and there's a nice little captain thing there. See, this is difficult because Detroit's that team that puts the C on the other side, and in the concept, Shane has it on the traditional side that most teams use, but the ad is on where the C is usually going, but it says captain on the, I like the idea of captain being here. Like, it looks so good that I want the entire jersey, everyone's jersey, to look like that. Even non-captains and non-assistant captains. I just like that little call out. It feels almost military in a way, not that Detroit has any military affiliation at all with their team branding, but I don't know, it feels very uniform. I like it, but I don't like the C on that side, I guess is what I'll say. Okay, next, the Oilers. We've seen lots of concepts like this. Is pretty predictable and probably in line with something that they would do. I think there's just some shade changing here. Next, the Panthers. Okay, updated logo, kind of a combination between the original and the current. It's a little bit reverse retro. It's a little bit callback jersey to their original days. I'm fine with it, although I think their current jerseys are better. Jerseys, not logo. Next, the LA Kings. Yeah, pretty close to what they use now. I think the logo itself is slightly different in terms of that little bit of gradient that's in there. Otherwise, yeah, it looks good. I can see the gradient in the numbers and the striping as well. I just don't think that that's plausible from a production standpoint. That's just something that's, digitally created here that looks good or looks interesting. But if you think about the actual production of the jersey, it's not going to have that, or it wouldn't have that. That would get axed in the marketing conversations and stuff. Okay, next. Very nice. I like this quite a bit, actually. I love that it's really utilizing the yellow, the green and the yellow. Looks so good together. And then the off-white. Yeah, I like this one a lot. Not the ad on the front of the jersey, but I know they've all had ads so far. But yeah, this is really nice, Shane. Okay, next, the Montreal Canadiens. Pretty much exactly what they use now. Yeah, I mean, there's not really much to say here. He's fixed the neck, though, so Shane, thank you for that. The Devils. Okay, so a little bit of a throwback in a way. I actually like this. Now, I think the Devils do have really good home and away jerseys, but they're one of the teams that sometimes when I see concepts that use rounded shoulders, I'm like, that works. And that almost never happens for any other team. It's usually the Devils that kind of get my attention. I think it's because they used that style back in the 90s, and I'm just used to it. But yeah, I'm okay with this. I think it's pretty good. Next, the Nashville Predators. Ooh, I love the amount of blue. Absolutely. In the light blue in the arms, too. That's a nice touch. Although I would like to see that light blue somewhere else just to add some balance. Maybe it's the laces or in the neck somewhere. Maybe it's, a thin stripe down below or something. But yeah, it's a good jersey. Okay, next, the Islanders. Pretty much exactly what they use now. Not really much to say here. The Rangers, exactly what they use with the away kind of vision or striping on the front of the shoulders added to the home. So it's kind of matching the away branding a little bit. Okay, next, the Ottawa Senators. Ooh, very, very nice jersey. I like the little change to the logo, like that red outline. It does kind of fall into the jersey a little bit because the jersey is the same color of red, but I really like it. This is actually excellent. I absolutely love this. There's nothing I would change about this. Really good balance. If you look at the black, the thickness here is the same thickness on the arms. You get the black down below to provide balance. Very nice. Very, very nice jersey. I like this one quite a bit. Okay, moving on. Okay, the Philadelphia Flyers. All right, so this is a little bit retro, kind of in a way. There's more black in there, and it reminds me of the Lindros days a little bit. I guess I'll put it that way. And if you're as old as me, which is, then you're getting old. You are old, and you're getting more old if you're as old as me. You'll remember those days as well, and it probably reminds you of those Lindros. Oh my God, I can't talk today. Lindros days as well. Holy crap! I do like it. Okay, whoa, the Penguins. I was not expecting a light gray as the primary color for this jersey. Okay, here's what I think about this. I think that most Pittsburgh Penguins fans probably are not going to like this, but I like it. So maybe I'll give a pre-apology to the Pittsburgh Penguins fans if I disappoint you. But I actually like this. It's quite different. Now, we've seen a lot of Pittsburgh concepts in the last 3 or 4 years of doing this on the channel. Literally thousands. And I don't remember quite seeing anything quite like this. So shout out to Shane for being a little bit innovative and unique here. I like it. Seattle Kraken, we've got a gradient from a deep blue, almost to a very desaturated, almost gray kind of look at the top here. I think if a team is going to do a gradient, then Seattle makes maybe the most sense of everyone except for possibly the Lightning or the Sharks because of the ocean. I've talked about this, I don't know, so many times. But the ocean is one giant gradient from a light perspective. If you're 10 feet underwater and you've got goggles on and you look below you, it's going to be darker. If you look above you, it's going to be lighter. If you look ahead, you're going to see dark and light in the same aspect, and that transition is going to be a gradient. Well, they're called the Kraken. It lives in the damn ocean. It's going to be coming from the depths. This jersey, like the Anaheim one, has a bit of that element, has a bit of spice and life to it. And so I think the gradient does work here. This would not work for Detroit. This would not work for Montreal. I don't think this would work for Nashville. It has to be the right brand. Seattle's the right brand for this. So Shane made a very logical decision and going with the gradient here for this specific brand. I'm not sold on the whole desaturated look on the top. It looks almost a little bit too monochromatic, but I do like the idea of it. It's a very subtle gradient, which is good. You can't go too hardcore with the gradients. Okay, next, the Sharks. Speaking of, actually very nice jersey. I like this way more than what they use now. Way more. I like the logo rendition as well. Fully on board for this. Okay, next, the St. Louis Blues. This looks pretty good as well. Not really much to complain about here at all. It's very good. It's very traditional. I think this would be very well received, and it's, I think, pretty close to what they just released as well. Okay, let's move on to the Lightning, and we've got some gradient stuff happening here, like we did in the Kings. So I'll say no to the gradient stuff. You can see it in the silver and whatnot, in the numbers on the back. But the jersey itself, introducing more white to the away jersey, introducing way more black or black in general, is going to be a win for me. And shoulder patch recolored to be black. I like that too. The Toronto Maple Leafs. What has changed here? This bottom of the sleeves, I think. I can't remember actually if there's white at the bottom of the sleeves of the Maple Leafs jersey. If there is, it's not this thick. But, I mean, it's pretty much a same jersey, so not much to say. The Mammoth. Nothing negative to say about this one. I like it. Okay, the Canucks. Nice little V in the arms there. Pretty close to what they use now, just mainly striping difference. So I think that's a nice modern touch. Also call back to their history. The Vegas Golden Knights, a little bit too desaturated for me. I really like the white section down below with the filigree and stuff, but it's not gold enough. They're called the Golden Knights, and this is almost like the off-white Knights. Like we're approaching that, or the coffee cream Knights. It's not the Golden Knights. It's not that rich gold that I'm really looking for. It just needs to be a little bit more saturated. But I kind of like the jersey design. I think if we get that traditional gold in there, this jersey would be pretty close to perfect. The Winnipeg Jets, absolutely. This is basically their kind of heritage dark jersey from a couple of years ago. Absolutely phenomenal jersey. Would love to see this as the primary home. And next to Capitals, it's Reverse Retro 1.0, not 2.0, 1.0, when they brought back the Screaming Eagle with their current colors. No brainer. I would fully support this. I know my favorite already. It's going to be Ottawa. I actually really like this Ottawa jersey. I think it's probably one of the best Ottawa concepts that I've seen. I really like the way that the logo looks. I like the changes just in this like ribbon section here, or the fur, hair, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. It's just very flat and slate in their current logo. This adds more life to it, more definition. I really like that. So this is a nice jersey. Honorable mention, definitely to Pittsburgh. I like that one as well. So Shane, thank you so much for submitting not only this set, because there were so many strong jerseys in this set, but also what you have to come in your away set, which we're going to look at next Friday, a week from today, and then your alternate set, which will be 2 weeks from now. If you're new, I do this every single Friday on the channel. We look at logos, concepts, jerseys, everything that has to do with hockey, and Fridays 99.9% of the time are NHL related. The odd time when I don't have sets, I throw something in maybe from a different sport or maybe a different hockey league or something on a Friday, but that's pretty rare. And I'm pretty consistent with the Fridays. So if you enjoyed it and you're new, would love to have your subscription down below. And for anyone, new or old, watching, and you've got a couple of minutes, leave your comments down below and let me know what was your favorite from this set from Shane, because I'm sure Shane wants to know as well. Feel free to leave your constructive criticism down below too. And as always, I've got to end this by suggesting that you do the same in terms of coming up with jerseys, just like Shane. If you've watched to this part of the video, which is the end of the video, chances are that you love jerseys and you love hockey, and maybe you're interested in coming up with some designs yourself. Whether you submit them to me or whether you just make them in general, post them online, create a designer account, I suggest that you do that, and I hope that you do that. I don't need to be involved with it, but I would love to be involved with it. So if you want to submit your concepts to me, come up with a full set from the NHL, show me your work, I would be happy to react to it in a video just like this. Details on how to submit are down below in the description. There are free options out there for templates. There's a Photoshop free version. It's called like Photopia. It's like a browser-based version. So you don't need to pay money to do this. You can get basic templates and you can get basic editing tools online for free. But if you want your template to really stand out and really look the best in the business, there are some really good options out there. And one really good option, if not the best option, is sportstemplates.net. It's the template that most people use. It's a template that a lot of professionals use. It's top-notch, super high quality, 8K, and it's the one that most people use when they submit to the channel. It's fully customizable in basically every way possible. And if you want to get that one, I can save you 10% with the code post. But if you don't want to do a jersey, maybe you want to do a hockey helmet, maybe you want to do a template from a different sport, there's nothing wrong with that. And Sports Templates has you covered because they've got templates from all kinds of sports. There's like 70, 80 plus templates that they have, and some of them are free. So there's free templates out there, and there's free editing tools. No excuses. Come up with your ideas, send them in, post them online. Like I said, I don't need to be involved, but I would love to be involved. And I appreciate your viewership, your support, and everything that you say in the comment section down below and all the engagement that you give the channel. Thank you so much to the viewers out there. I appreciate you. Hope you guys have a wonderful start to your weekend, and I'll talk to you guys very soon. Adios.